Now we move to a story the CBS News Texas I-Team first uncovered nearly a year ago. It's about a Plano man who's in ICE custody as he and his wife now face felony theft charges.
It goes deeper. The FBI says bank records reveal more than 100 potential victims. And tonight, the lead detective in this case is telling investigative reporter Brian New he believes this is the most elaborate and prolific fraud case he's ever encountered.
They were more than just performers. Sammy Mukherjee and his wife Sunita lit up stages across North Texas with their voices and lit up social circles with their charm.
Boys and girls, please welcome Sammy and Gautami.
But feds say behind the curtain of applause was a different kind of performance, one that caught the attention of dozens of investors, one that investigators now say was a performance of deceit.
They will make you believe they are very successful business people, but they will take every single penny you have.
These 6 are just a fraction of what the FBI says could be more than 100 investors who gave the Mukherjees money for real estate deals. But when dividend checks bounced, suspicion set in, and the story began to unravel.
To be very frank, now looking back, we should have been much more wiser in terms of asking questions, but we never thought someone would go to that extent.
When they reported it to police, most departments told them the same thing. It was a civil matter. There was nothing they could do to help. But inside a back office at the Euless Police Department, one detective saw things differently and began what turned out to be nearly a 2-year-long investigation.
As I got into the case and dug into it, we realized that this was a lot larger than what initially was reported.
What caught Detective Brian Brennan's attention were the documents the Mukherjees gave their investors. He says letterheads had been tampered with, signatures were forged, emails, he says, completely fabricated. Even bank statements, he alleges, had been altered.
So all of these documents that he provided, the contracts, the invoices, the emails, they were all fake?
All fake. All fake. The level of counterfeit documents, and as many as that he created, put a lot of effort. I mean, that had to be a full-time job for him to do that.
At this point, Brennan brought in the FBI. Their forensics accounting team dug into Mukherjee's bank records, and they say they found victims' losses totaled more than $4 million, with 20 confirmed victims and more than 100 potential victims. But the alleged deception didn't stop there. According to the arrest warrant, the Mukherjees used a fake company with made-up employees to submit to the Small Business Administration for a PPP loan. Money was also found in the Mukherjees' bank account that had come from defrauding elderly folks into believing that they had warrants out for their arrest. Brennan says in his more than 2 decades working white-collar crime, he has never seen anything like this.
In 23 years, he's probably the most prolific as far as like tentacles going in all different directions, fraud from multiple different things.
As investigators closed in on the Mukherjees, the Plano couple continued to seek out the spotlight. In May, as highlighted on Sunita's Facebook page, the Mukherjees headlined a charity gala in Plano, an event that featured a legendary Bollywood star from India. Among the guests of honor, the mayor of Plano. The event was hosted by a newly formed nonprofit, the Indian Traditions and Cultural Society of North America. Tax records reveal that nonprofit traces back to this Plano home, the very home of Sammy and Sunita Mukherjee. Just weeks later, it was here where the couple was arrested. Sammy and Sunita Mukherjee both were charged with first-degree felony theft, a charge that could land them in prison from 5 to 99 years. Investigators say Sammy Mukherjee also has outstanding fraud warrants in India. He's currently being held at an ICE detention facility south of Fort Worth.
Investigators told us the couple had come to the U.S. from India seeking asylum. Online federal records do not indicate their current legal status. The couple's next court hearing for their felony theft charges is scheduled for September. Nicole, when we last spoke with Sammy Mukherjee after our investigation last year, he denied all the allegations and told us he was the real victim, a victim of a coordinated effort by a group of people who he says are jealous of him and his wife. Now, we did reach out to Mukherjee Mukherjee's criminal attorney and have not heard back.
You know, it's interesting, to hear his perspective, of course, but I want to talk about the people who were affected. Is there any chance that they will get their money back?
Nicole, it seems unlikely. Last year, the Mukherjees filed for bankruptcy. Investigators told us they are still seeing if there is any money that may be offshore, but it appears as if they simply spent it.
Brian, you and the I-team have been on this for a while. You started investigating this case almost 2 years ago now. Full disclosure, we lay everything out here. You broke the story last summer. Mukherjee and his attorney actually filed a defamation lawsuit notice because of it.
Yeah, and in that notice, Mukherjee and his attorney alleged that our reporting was false and that Mukherjee never deceived or defrauded anyone. Our original investigative report was noted in Mukherjee's arrest warrant.